And I was thinking I probably just need to clearance it or just pull it all together because it's obviously nobody wants it. Do you know what? I rewrote the copy and published it, and within 5 hours, the same day I updated this one product page, I sold one of those products, one unit. Are you a product-based business, maybe handmade or importing? I do both. I'm spending my own cash advertising on Facebook and Instagram to help grow my 2 Shopify stores from scratch that I started in 2020. So join me in this diary-type podcast where I share real-time challenges and wins as things happen day to day in real time, because we often feel less alone in our e-commerce journey when sharing the challenges with someone else. If you're just starting out or growing your small online business, I think you'll find my experiences motivational as I share from my kitchen table in Adelaide, Australia. Brought to you by one of my e-commerce shops, theturtlejournal.com.au. Hi, this is Rachel from Aussie E-commerce Mum, a Diary. Thank you so much for joining me. This is episode number 33. I want to talk to you today about AI, about Jasper and about ChatGPT, all the latest stuff that has been going on in the marketing, e-commerce, online business world around AI has been, well, mind-blowing to say the least. In the last few months, it's been phenomenal. Have you heard of ChatGPT? And chances are the answer to that question is yes. It took the world by storm in December with the latest version or the latest release, which I think, from what I've heard, had 1 million users within literally days. So the platform has full-on exploded. It is an AI platform. It's a chatbot AI platform. And I actually compare it a little bit to Google in the sense that you can ask it anything, and it collates a heap of information from the website for you, or from the web, from like millions and millions of resources online. And it gives you a really concise summary and a block of text, as opposed to Google, which gives you a list of search results. I have binged any topic and any podcast about AI in the last 2 months. A bit before ChatGPT was released, I signed up for Jasper.ai, I think in October last year, as a subscription. I've been using that a little bit, and then since ChatGPT, because it's an open source free platform, was released, now there's podcast episodes everywhere about it, and everyone's trying to wrap their head around how this will impact our everyday administrative work, how it will impact our day-to-day letter writing and copywriting and schools and education. It's been really cool and crazy and scary all at once. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty freaky, but there's no going back now. I think now this has come to market. So like I said, I have been listening to so many podcasts about the topic. I'm really excited and scared to see what this technology brings and what it means for us in e-commerce moving forward. There's been a huge, crazy, fast take-up of the technology in the platform. You may even have trouble creating yourself an account if you haven't already got one, because they're constantly trying to expand the platform and its capabilities to fit all of the users on there that want to utilize this tool. I want to talk a bit about what I've been using it for in e-commerce for the last 2 months, more Jasper.ai than ChatGPT, just because I pay for Jasper, so that's obviously what I want to make the most of. And I want to talk a bit about a specific example of ChatGPT, just to give you an example of the cool stuff it does and how I think you can use it in a really ethical and sensible way and efficient way to just free up a heap of your time for the stuff that actually makes you money and is more important for you to do as a business owner, versus getting really stuck in a lot of the very minutiae of administrative work that we can do when we're running our own business, and particularly when you're growing and you are it. Hey, we are the sole person. We are the every staff member of our business. So this you might find interesting if you haven't played with ChatGPT already. So I encourage you to give it a try and see what it is you can use it for with your business and how it can support you and really unlock some new creative avenues for you that you may not have been able to explore yet because you haven't had the time or the bandwidth like in your brain to do this sort of work. I think this is super valuable for e-commerce store owners, particularly if you haven't got money to hire a copywriter. Perhaps you do, which is cool. I certainly do not. I'm going to give you an actual example of a conversation I had inside ChatGPT and the results it generated for me, just to help you, maybe give you some inspiration of how you could maybe try and use the platform for yourself today. But I do want to say from the outset that I used Jasper AI in a couple of days early this year in January, and I wanted to rewrite the copy on my 2 websites. So I spent 2 full days using Jasper to rewrite 50 product pages, 50 product descriptions over 2 websites. It took me 2 full days to do that, and I updated my alt text on my images as well, and the SEO on those product pages too. Do you know what? And I just want to say straight off, if I hadn't had a tool like this to support that work, and I was trying to write 50 product pages from scratch, my brain would have exploded for one, but it would have easily been weeks of work, because when you sit down to write copy, it's an incredibly creative exercise. And you can't often, well, I cannot do it for 8 hours straight. In fact, copywriters probably can't even do it for 8 hours straight. It requires a lot of brain power. It's not just like writing anything. I really think it's an art. Copywriting is totally an art. I mean, people go to university to learn how to be copywriters. It's not a small task. And I don't know that anyone can do a great job of it for hours and hours on end. There's no way I had time in my life, I definitely do not have time in my life, to spend 2 to 3 weeks rewriting copy over 50 website pages, and they're being consistently good across the 50, and a consistent theme, a consistent tone of voice, a consistent perspective across all 50. That is what I have just loved about these AI tools, and how it has supported me already just this month with condensing that work down to just 2 days to do 50 product pages. And then I have time now to do other work that's actually more important, and stuff that I have been putting off like this, I haven't had to put off any longer, and I've been able to chunk it away over 2 days. So I am already loving the support it's given me as a business owner. And what I did was I literally took my existing copy on my website and I put it into Jasper, or you could put it into ChatGPT, and I asked it to rewrite it. That is how this platform works. It is phenomenal. I gave it the raw copy, my thoughts, my product descriptions, and I chucked it in there and said, look, rewrite this for me in a better way. Rewrite this for me from a different angle, which is the benefit of using a tool like this. It's not plagiarized, it's not anything like that. It is my raw work and my raw thoughts, and I'm asking it to facilitate for me a more creative angle, just better worded, more concise. It's just great. I loved it, and I was so happy with the results of doing that. Do you know what? One of the other benefits I think this sort of technology has for us business owners is some of the examples that you will get from ChatGPT when you ask it to write something salesy or marketing for you. You might initially think from the outset, oh, that sounds a bit salesy, or that sounds a bit generic, or it sounds a bit obvious as a salesy thing. I would just encourage you though to maybe go with that for a little bit and give it a try, because I think if we've been in our business for a little while and we know our products so well, we can get so stuck in the words we use and how we describe our products. It can be a little too nebulous. It can be a little too out there. And we actually want to be able to communicate in a way on our website that sure sounds like us, but also sounds sensible and understandable and obvious for a first-time website visitor to our product, to understand what we do and to understand the product without like pages and pages of crazy copy. I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this as well. I wanted some more consistent language across my 2 websites that wasn't sort of, depends if I wrote one product description on a day I was feeling particularly creative, another day when I couldn't be bothered. They all now look consistent, they sound consistent, and yeah, they are maybe worded a little more salesy than I was before. But maybe that's a good thing, because I'm selling products and you are too. But we also want people to come to our websites to actually understand easily what we sell, why it's great for them, and why they should buy it. So if we get a little too fluffy with, pages and pages of copy. I don't know that helps us actually. So I just encourage you to go with it and give it a try and go with some salesy language to see how it works for you, because guess what? I could not believe this happened. So I'm so excited to tell you. I had to record this episode to tell you. Once I'd rewritten the copy onto websites with Jasper, I have had a product on my website for 6 months that hasn't sold not a single unit. Not one in 6 months. And I was thinking I probably just need to clearance it or just pull it all together because it's obviously nobody wants it. Do you know what? I rewrote the copy and published it. And within 5 hours, the same day I updated this one product page, I sold one of those products, 1 unit. And then yesterday, so about 2 weeks later, I sold another one. I can't believe it. I cannot believe after 6 months of having this product, which I was so excited about. I thought I worded my product description so well because I loved it. Not a single one has sold in 6 months. And now, having updated the copy to be a little more markety, a little more salesy and just consistent, and really descriptive and sensible, I've sold 2 in 2 weeks. So if that's not proof to you to give this a try, I don't know what is, but it's convinced me for sure that this was a good idea, and I'll be utilizing tools like this way more in refining my work and giving me probably better outcomes from it too. So I want to just reiterate to you that the copy is so good, and I think people find the most success with AI, from what I've listened to on lots of podcasts and what I've experienced myself, is how you can reiterate it, how you can iterate on it, how you can generate new versions, you can drill down, you can expand, and you can finesse it. I think the first lot of copy you get may not be what you want to use. It may not be perfect. The point is, with tools like this, with ChatGPT, for example, you go back over and over and over and you refine it further and further. The tool is as good as the prompts that you give it. So I'm going to give you an example. This is really quick. I'm obviously not going to read you the whole example of what ChatGPT gave me, but a little bit of a snippet of an example. So I took the copy, like I said, from an existing product page, chucked it in the tool and said to it, make this product page copy sound better. And this is what it gave me. Unleash endless possibilities for washi tape. Rolls of pure joy for your crafting world. Whether you're a planner enthusiast or a journaling fanatic, our tape adds personality and functionality in an instant. Washi tape is the ultimate versatile accessory for any journaler. It's no wonder why it's the go-to. I was so impressed with that. That is worded just beautifully. I was really, really happy. So I then went back and asked it to do something else. This is where I think the power in it comes, is you go back over and over again. Then I asked it to reword this copy from the first person perspective. And in seconds, it said, with washi tape, I can endlessly add all these possibilities to my crafting world. As a planner enthusiast or journaling fanatic, I love how this tape adds personality and functionality in an instant. I have an array of patterns and functions to choose from, and I can never run out of ways to express my creativity. How good is that? I was so wrapped with this. Is so much fun. Then again, I went back again. This time I asked it to write in a bold tone of voice. So you could go then and say, write in a friendly tone of voice. You could ask it to write more trustworthy. You could ask it to write more casual. You could ask it to write more funny. That all depends on the type of brand you have and the brand or the tone of voice you want for your brand. So I asked it to write in a bold tone of voice, and this is what it did. Are you ready to elevate your crafting game? Introducing washi tape, the rolls of pure joy that will take your creations to the next level. As a planner enthusiast or journaling fanatic, you need this tape in your life. I was so impressed with that. It's perfect. It just takes what it's already generated and it's refining it for you based on what you ask it to do. So then finally, I asked it to give me a call to action. It said, elevate your crafting game now with washi tape. Add to cart and unleash endless possibilities today. That's it. How good is that? Do you know, I really encourage you to give this a try. I know there's a lot of a bit of uneasiness probably because it's a brand new technology, and I'm not totally sold on how good this will be for society going forward either. I totally have my reservations about the technology. But from an e-commerce perspective and supporting our business, and from a very small business owner, small business owner to another, from me to you, is that we can spend so much time in this really, really busy work that saps a lot of brain power and time and energy to try and craft these sorts of things from the initial sort of text that we have in our head. We create a new product and we have some ideas about it, but it can be very hard to put that together in a really compelling and interesting way for our customers. And then we feel like we are behind the 8 ball because we can't afford a copywriter to do this work for us. It spends, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I say utilize this sort of tool, give it your raw copy, give it your raw thoughts, and ask it to change it up so that it can really give you some incredible outputs. And then I say give it a test. Like, totally try it for yourself if you haven't, to see how this change in copy, or maybe you want to use it for a blog post or text on social media captions, so many different things, email copy, you want to, draft a proposal to an influencer. There's so many things we can use a tool like this for when we haven't got the expertise ourselves. But all of this information is online somewhere, and these examples are somewhere, and ChatGPT, particularly because it's free, pulls all this information from around the web and puts it in such a concise way. So this is why I love it. I'm really happy with the time it has saved me. I'm so happy with the consistency it's given me across my whole 2 websites. And I'm so happy for the sales too of my products. Like, I've sold 2 units of one product that I hadn't sold a single one for 6 months based off the copy I wrote. But then it reworded it for me in a much more compelling, marketing, salesy, and straight to the point way, without probably all the fluff I put in, and it got me sales. So that's it. I am on board. So that's it. This is all the episode. I just so wanted to do a little episode because I have loved using the tool, and I will continue to use it in different ways going forward for sure. So thank you so much for joining me on this diary style podcast. I hope this has been an encouragement for you as we spent this time together in sharing some real-time challenges and wins of growing a product business. And this episode's both of those, a challenge for sure in doing giant jobs like rewriting all your website copy and putting it off for months and months, and then wins of being able to utilize these incredible new technologies that are out there for free for all of us to use. Head to my website. You can join my newsletter or send me an email because I'd love to hear from you. You can find me at aussieecommercemum.com.au. I'll see you next time. Keep learning.